Good morning. It's super early. Don't know where you can see me. Yeah, it's super early. It's like 6 a.m. But my brother's here now and he's in bed, so I don't want to wake him up. But I've had to get up because we are starting a carb up today. So before a marathon, I'll explain this in a bit because I have to be quiet. I'll go for a run in a bit. But basically I've got to eat 600 grams of carbs today, or try my best. So I'm getting up nice and early to get all the food in. Oh God, here we go. This should be fun. Right now what we've got are hot cross buns. We've got 100 and oh shit, let's try again. So we've got, God, that's a bit of a mess there, isn't it? 100, oh damn it, it's only 115, although it's just been toasted. So about 130 grams of hot cross bun. Oh my God, that's so much food. I'm gonna have some honey, and I've got 70 grams of banana, so I'm gonna see how much honey I can have. Basically, I'm just trying to eat as much food as I possibly can as early as possible, because I'm gonna feel so full later. I forgot, one really easy way to get calories up is apple juice. And like, one thing that's really important to me on this carb up is that I don't just eat loads of shit, because that would be everyone's reaction. Like, oh yeah, you get to eat loads of donuts, you get to eat loads of cheesecake.
I may just sit here and have my cake all day. Just sit here in the hallway and eat my...
But remember, those foods are also really high in fat. So just going for plain carb sources, actually the foods are quite good, which means there's a lot of volume of food, which is quite important to me, because I don't just want to go into the marathon 3 days before the marathon, start eating such shit food, because I will feel like shit and my digestion will be poor. So I'm eating the food that I always eat, and only introducing like 1 or 2 new foods, that's where the challenge lies. So, obviously I've had my pre-breakfast breakfast. I've been for my run, and now I am going to just get some stuff ready for the marathon. So just going to do a little bit of prep, bit of organisation. I just want to sort of align what I need to get in order to be ready for it, and then I'm going to go to the gym. The reason that I am going to be going to the gym and training is I'm just going to be training my upper body like super light, but just getting a pump. So what that's going to do is help my body circulate the carbohydrates into my muscle. So what I'm trying to do here, or what I am doing, is putting as many of carbohydrate stores, I want them to load them up so that it stores within my muscle, and my body will utilize that as energy as I'm going into the run. So that's what's really important about it, is that I've got a build up and an accumulation of carbohydrates, because it's all well and good just eating before and in the run, but it's not enough to sustain like a really long lasting amount of energy. So what I want my body to use is the available carbohydrates, rather than going into my muscle, depleting it down in order to gain some energy. And it's just not enough in order to sustain like the best outcome that I want from the run. So that's why I'm doing all of this, the carb up challenge. So obviously the first day of the carb up is 620 grams of carbs. Second day is 520 grams of carbs, and the third day is, I think it's 400 of carbohydrates, 380 grams of carbohydrates. So it tears itself down because I've done a lot of like front loading, back loading then of the carbohydrates, and also don't want to be unnecessarily full on the day, because obviously every day that I do the carb up, it's harder and harder to get the get the food in. But obviously just getting a little bit of pump in the gym, doing a little 5k this morning will obviously help to distribute the calories as well, and hopefully put them into my muscle stores. Fingers crossed. So now I'm just going to get a little bit of prep done for the marathon, just align what I've got, and then I need to know what I need to go to the shop to get. Very excited, very nervous. I feel like a bit of everything at the minute. Like, I feel anxious, excited, nervous. a bit of everything. I've done everything I could to this day to get the outcome that I want. So I've done all of the work. Like I've said in my previous videos, I've literally missed like a couple of runs because I had an injury. Never have I missed a run outside of actually having an injury and physically not being able to run. But yeah, otherwise I've done all the work. I've literally ticked every single box, put my everything into this. So whatever the outcome is, it will be what it will be. And if I don't get sub 4 hours, it's okay because I put all the work in. If I didn't get sub 4 hours and I hadn't put all the work in, then I'd be pissed off and I'd be upset, but I have put all the work in. So there literally couldn't have been anything else that I could have done in order to achieve this. So I'm just gonna try and enjoy it on the day. As much as having your heart rate that high is enjoyable, it's gonna be tough. So the first thing that I was going to talk over is like, on my last video you would have watched, I tried out a nutrition strategy and it actually worked really, really well. So I'm just going to follow that again. And what I actually did is I wrote down in the run what went well and what didn't went well, and then I've changed it since. So like at this point here in the last, the 35k I did, I actually had dates and it made me feel really, really fucking sick. So I'm now just realigning what I want, and as you can see, the carbohydrates build, so it will get to a point where I do have them every sort of 20 minutes. It's going to be primarily from gels. I found out personally that sweets and anything like super sweet just makes me feel really sick, and then it prevents my performance. And this is why we should be doing long runs before the marathon, because we need to try all this, because if you leave this to chance on the day, you have absolutely no idea what the outcome is going to be. So obviously I did a 35k, so I ran for about 3 hours 20. So all I'm suggesting for myself is just to add another gel in. So what do I use? So I use, let me just lever you down. I use, is it Sis? S-I-S, Sis, whatever people call it. I was using these, but they make me feel so sick. They're so thick and dense and sweet. Literally like horrible. So we're not using them anymore. I've been using these. They are absolutely incredible, really great distribution of energy, and they're really light, so they don't actually feel like you're like gluing down loads. Obviously the only thing with them is they're big, right? So that's why I did go for these ones originally, because they're a lot bigger. I don't actually know in terms of, oh, that's 32 grams and that's 60 mil. So in terms of like actual amount that you have in, it's like double. However, these are, for me personally, super super dense and sweet, whereas these, especially like if you don't like sweet flavors, they do like citrus flavor and they do like lemon and lime. I think they've got like lemon and mint, gross, but really like sour. When you're doing a long run, sweet food is not a vibe. It literally does not sit well, and it makes you feel so fucking sick. So these are the ones I'm going to take. So obviously I'm just going to look at my nutrition strategy, which is here, and say that, okay, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gels. I'm probably going to take more just in case I don't actually want this hot cross bun here. Obviously, it's the good thing about practicing for a marathon as well is that you need to build up your tolerance to gels as well, and you need to build up your tolerance to consuming food and carbohydrates whilst you're exercising. So yeah, that's really what is suggested, gang. So other things, obviously I'm packing for race day now, really. Again, so it's done, so I don't have to stress. The less anxiety I have right now is the best. So obviously I've got my new shoes. I actually got a new pair because my calves really hurt, and I realised that these only do 100 miles, and obviously I've absolutely annihilated 100 miles. So I got a new pair. I actually like the Next Percent, like just the normal ones. I don't like the 2s. I got an injury from one in terms of like it really lifted the arch in my foot, so I actually prefer these. So I'm a golden oldie with them. Obviously I've got my gels here, my washing, and my vest. So obviously I've got to carry all of this. Yay! But obviously I'm going to be consuming it, so it's fine. So we carrying all of them, and I'm going to take a hot cross bun or 2 just in case I want them. And if I decide I don't, I'm just going to chuck them. I'm going to take 2 hydrations, and I'm literally going to have one that's going to have Gatorade in it, which is liquid carbohydrates to have in the first 10k, and then the next one's going to have water, and then I'm going to fill the other one up with water. There's an aid station every 5k, so I'm not going to take any more than this because already like I'm carrying so much and it's so heavy. and it's really annoying because it does obviously it just makes me feel a little bit slower. But obviously the further down the race I get, I would have let all of this go. And I'm just going to grab hydration on the way, and just grab it out of the bottles and just try not to carry too much. Next thing I've got is Chub Rub, we call it. So anti-friction cream. This is going to go between my legs to stop my legs chafing. I'm probably going to chafe towards the end of it, but I don't care. I'm going to be so in the moment. And then I've got my glasses. Got my glasses, lovely, in case you want them. And then obviously I'm going to top up on food and everything to take for after, and I will show you all that when I've done it. Hi! So I'm now going to have my breakfast after breakfast. So I've had my breakfast, but I'm now having another breakfast. It's 11 o'clock. I'm actually behind schedule. But I'm going to have 80 grams of porridge and 80 grams of banana with almond milk. But I'm going to have it cold because it's easier to consume than hot, voluminous porridge. The goal of today is to try and eat good food, but as small volume as possible. So I'm going to have this here. Breakfast, almond milk, porridge, banana. So we are just out for lunch on the Great British Carb-up. Looking good there, son. I am going to go for an acai bowl because it's just going to be all carbohydrates, because acai is fruit. So it's going to be all the fruit, it's going to be covered in fruit, so it's carbs, 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 no peanut butter. And probably I'm going to eat the granola though. So I'm just having a full carby meal, and then I've actually just gone for apple juice as well, because obviously straight carbs, straight fruit. So just going to be carb loading on fruit this lunchtime. What have you got?
Mocha.
That looks so good.
That's a real good one as well. A really good one.
Oh,
How nice is the
tastes like an
chocolate in
espresso
that?
martini. I've got sour apple juice. Dead. Oh. She's a thing of beauty. Carbs.
Mine's way better than yours.
Yeah, yours is better than mine. Yours looks so much better than mine. I'm so done with carbs. I want fat. I want fat. That looks sexy. Here we go. Oh, this is not. Just saying, my belly's making me feel. She's wobbly. What did you call it? Harry said it's marathon reserve fuel in the baby. She's dead wobbly. I feel really bloated. Doesn't actually look as bad from a camera angle as it does when you look down on it yourself. I feel tired and watery.
Ready.
How are you feeling?
Tired. Not so watery.
We've got to get up at 4 AM, haven't we?
Yeah. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, Harry's buzzing. 4 AM to be there for it starts at 6. You're going to be a hungry Aggie wolf. Iced mocha, please. Missing Simon's doing playlist. Next up, more carbs. Very full.
Get in ya! Where are we going?
Going to Top Golf.
Show them Dubai.
You're a gym tune. Not nice. Well, it is quite nice. So we've got dinner. What is this? 300 grams of rice, 100 grams of veggies, and then we need chicken. Where is the chicken? Pre-cooked chicken. Get that in there. Badoink. Not much chicken. At this point, I don't want to eat this. Does look good. I don't want to eat it.
You gotta eat it.
What happens if you don't? I'm tired. Here we go. That's actually so much food.
If you eat it with this, it goes down quicker.
Yeah.
Come on. And the aeroplane went.
Robert. Robert. It's not fun. Oh, it's not fun, kids. So much food. It's like 90 grams of carbs, I think. See you on the other side. So we've now got pudding. Sorry, it's a bit dark still because obviously it's quite late in the evening. At this point, I feel so sick and so full, but it's the last meal of the day. So I've got 150 grams of ice cream. I've got like 60 grams of sweets. I've been eating some as well. 200 grams of banana, and I've just actually remembered as well I need to put honey on it, so I'm going to put 40 grams of honey on there just to get the extra carbs in, and that is our final meal. Don't know if I'm going to sleep because it's so much sugar, but it's what it is. Last meal, job fucking done. Well done, my girl.